Hello, folks. Welcome to the Ivan. Uh, uh, what are we doing here?
The Ivan Files.
We're doing that. Yes, that's what we're doing. The Ivan Files.
The Ivan Files.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about one of the subjects that rages through the American plane, if you will, and that's the justice system. And is it a appropriate system? Is it a good system? Is it a bad system? One thing about it is the ratio of people in prison in this country is 1 to 48 of the total population of this country, more than any other civilized country. Don't you hate it when people do this? Write quotes, you know.
Civilized.
Quote, yeah. Anyway, we're trying to think of options to that. And so, you know, if we're so dang smart, what are some options to do? What could be done to reduce that ratio and to make the system more, or what do I say, livable? The law comes from the legislatures of every state, and it's the legislature who determines what the law is, what the regulation is, and what the punishments for that shall be. And that's what the law enforcement people apparently follow, although there's movement in the country right now with the ISIS people and so on, that it's not really following things that should be followed. So I guess that's true. I don't know. You know, none of us are in there yet. But
Are you saying 1 in 48 are in jail?
yeah,
Half our country.
1 in 48.
1 in 48.
It's like 2%.
Oh, it's
No.
2%.
Three, more than that. 3 or 4% maybe.
No.
2 in 48. That's
148 is
Stand 1 in 24.
two and
So 4 or 5%.
2 and 100 say, yeah. So
Yeah.
so it's about 2%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.5 to 2%. Yeah.
2%, period.
Yeah.
There you go.
2%, okay.
Yeah. Just double the 48.
Mm-hmm.
Two. So
Yeah.
anyway, let's turn it over to our panel here. It's Shelby
Okay.
and Ellie
That's me.
and Kelly. And there's a list of things if you want to read something, or if
Yeah.
you have something on your mind, shoot.
So I guess like a couple questions, right? Justice system in America, good, bad, wrong. Like I think that we are in a situation where we have a country that is built on everyone having a voice and input in how the country is run. And what that essentially causes, is, or what it allows, is it allows for every citizen to feel as if they're participating, right? So I think there's a lot of good to that. I think that the frustrations in our society today is that there's a lot of people that didn't ask for what is playing out in Minnesota and with the ICE enforcements across the country. You're essentially seeing the federal government step in and say, hey, this is how it's going to be. And in some cases, the local authority is not aligned with the federal authority. And it's causing a lot of civil unrest in the society because the people are like, we didn't ask for this. Our local electees didn't ask for this. And here it is being forced upon us. So it's causing a lot of rub in America right now. There's a lot of turmoil in our country right now because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what needs to be done?
Oh boy. I mean, I think that you really need to allow the states and the local governments to take the lead and be able to dictate how they go about seeing change in their place of business, right? For the federal government to say, hey, this is how it's going to be, like, is not going to breed confidence in society, because society has elected specific individuals for their location and has the faith that they're going to follow through. So when they get overstepped, whether they're actually being overstepped or not is a whole different conversation, but the optics of it aren't good. So what should we do? I mean, ICE has to proceed with less brutality. Because what's happening right now is there are some viral videos of them making decisions that are unchangeable, right? Like when you take somebody's life because they are protesting, like there's no coming back from that. There is no court case that you're going to get in the next 3 or 6 months.
Except for there's not gonna be any court cases, period, because our federal government says we're not prosecuting this because we said it could be okay, and that's where state government is becoming upset because their local citizens are being killed, and then the states are not allowed to prosecute because the federal government says there are people we're not going to. They were doing what we told them to do. So then it feels very authoritarian. And I think that most United States citizens would agree that we enjoy living in a democracy.
Yeah, and look, I think that for us to be turning loose our military, because actually ICE, in my opinion, is a form of that. It is a federal,
It's a militia.
It is, it's a militia.
Right.
And
I think it is.
for us to be turning that loose on our people is quite frightening, to be honest with you. And
It's such a lack of training.
it is. And, you know, our country, if you go to Ellis Island, our country was built on
Immigrants.
immigrants. And his wife is a freaking immigrant. And, you know, we were talking to a gentleman that was in the ICE facility for 5 months. This is how close it got to us. And it never touched us before this. But a car dealer came back. And, yeah, he had some parking tickets, and he had 16 unpaid parking tickets. He's gotten multiple speeding tickets. He's not a great driver, right? So take his license away. But he was in the ICE facility for 5.5 months.
Wow.
But how is that? And then you think about, you're putting these people in ICE facilities. Who's paying for, like, let's just talk about, like,
We are.
yeah, exactly. So, like,
Taxpayers, yeah.
these people were out here making wages, earning taxable income, paying for our roads, paying for whatever our taxes go to. But then you say, I'm going to detain them, and we're going to pay for everything. And that's fine, because these people should be taken care of because you're taking them away from their homes.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's like putting somebody in prison. But for not necessarily doing anything that should be a prisonable offense.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me, and I worry for our country where it's headed with the justice. You know, the other thing is that our justice system is set up to punish.
Mhm.
We're a punishing country, and we're not a rehab country. We love to stand up and say we're rehabilitating people. We don't give a shit about rehabilitating people in our country. You did the crime, this is the time, you're gonna do it, period.
Our military is the same way. When you get out of the military, there's not a lot of, like, look how many veterans are homeless and how many of them can't support themselves, cannot re-assimilate into society because of the trauma that
Yeah.
they experienced on
Yeah.
in open combat.
And is it fixable? And my fear is the answer is no. The only way I think it might be fixable, and I hate to even use this word because it scares me, is a revolution. And I think that we are on the precipice of one. I do. I think we are on the precipice of one. And it doesn't have anything to do with Democrats and Republicans. It has to do with people trying to break back into the freedom that this country allows. And look, the simple fact of the matter is also, if you do a crime and you are a immigrant and you're here illegally, I guess I just don't understand that the day that you do the crime, the day, you don't have rights at that point. You are not a citizen. You need to be deported that day. Okay? And you need to do X, Y, and Z to get back into our good graces and come back into our country. If it's a real crime. That's the problem, right? That's the problem. And you have to answer that.
No.
I called twice.
Well,
Maybe answer.
crossing the border is a crime.
Well, crossing the border illegally is a crime,
Yeah.
but you should be able to cross that border. Look, man, you should be able to cross that border and come in and start the process of becoming a citizen on a green card or whatever, right?
Blue, pink, or whatever. Yeah.
So, you know, and are we too full? I'm sorry, but I don't think we are. I'm sorry. You go to Oklahoma, Texas, Wyoming, and you see lots of land, guys. Lots and lots of land. And so I struggle with it. And I'm afraid that in my lifetime or in my grandchildren's lifetime, there's going to be a revolution. And the problem that I see that we're doing with the justice system is we're punishers. The justice system should be like for example, let's say you go to jail for traffic tickets. Let's say that you've gotten multiple speeding tickets and you're going to go spend 30 days in jail, right? You should not spend 30 days in jail. What you should instead is get a thing on your frickin' ankle that says, I go too fast, I can't drive right now, and your ass should be cleaning up the garbage on the side of the highway.
Yeah.
But we're more worried about people's rights and protecting their peace than we are punishing those true criminals.
Yeah, but the people that are getting, like, look at the last two, we'll look at the last two instances, because they happened in the last, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Those people are American citizens.
Yeah, one of them
They're-
was
they're-
he a doctor?
Nurse,
Nurse.
ICU nurse.
Yeah.
And,
That got detained?
No,
Yeah,
that
these are
was
the people that are
that was
dying.
killed.
Oh, right, by
Yeah.
ICE.
and so we're not, like, the people that we're punishing are not even the people that are, like, doing, they're simply saying, hey, that's not right.
Yeah.
Hey, hey,
No,
don't, hey,
no
don't,
judge do it, you know.
like,
Yeah.
these people who were handed a gun and said, hey, go do something, they're becoming judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah, and
It's very scary.
it doesn't help that the leadership in this country is very bombastic, right? We're going to change things whether you like it or not. This is happening. Get over it, right? That has been the narrative from day one, and it's how the administration got in. And then you see on the Super Bowl 2 years ago ads to join ICE where they are intentionally targeting a certain type of individual that is going to react poorly in certain scenarios. It's almost like feeding the anger, like, hey, come join us and we can do things. Now you see the aftermath of that, where some of those actions and ideologies are seeing all the way through, and it's causing people to lose their minds because it feels like an attack on civil liberties. And I think that is a manifestation of leadership. Like, I think if leadership took a different tact or said, hey, we're going to pull out of some of these local governments that don't want us there, but we are going to focus where it is needed, I think you got a whole different narrative. I also think that this administration is really good at, like, look at this,
That's
look
what
at
I
this.
think is
Over here,
happening.
something's going on, right?
Something's happening right now that
Yeah.
we're all unaware of.
Yeah, for sure. And you're hearing these rumblings of Greenland. Like, historically, America has always wanted Greenland. There's been multiple presidents over the course of American history that have tried to occupy and acquire Greenland. Trump is not the first one to do it,
Nope.
but perhaps this is the tact that he's using. Look at this, look at this, look at this. We're going to go do this over here.
I'm
Belongs to
so.
Denmark.
Denmark,
Belongs to
right?
Denmark.
It
Yeah,
does.
but why does it belong to Denmark?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, this is a landmass that is
like seeing a ball
in
in-
North America, owned by Denmark. Okay, what? And now what's happening is you're having,
It's melting.
yes, global warming is causing shipping channels to become available in Greenland. So
right.
now it is a risk to the United States because these shipping channels will allow other countries, Russia, pick 'em, to use that as a thoroughfare for them to get closer to the States. So it is a matter of national security. But all the headlines you're seeing are, hey, your authoritarian dictator leader is going to go and acquire more land masses. and it's furthering hysteria. Even though it could be a good playbook, it's not being like
It's not being presented well.
presented well at
Well,
all.
but it's also not being presented well because he's out here in Venezuela saying, I'm gonna take your country and use it for whatever I wanna use it for until you guys can get somebody good in there. I'm gonna go take Mexico and I'm gonna do whatever I want with Mexico. How about we stop messing with sovereign nations? How about we take care of ourselves since we've got mass hysteria in
Yeah.
our country? Why are we toddlers, children saying, I like that ball, I'm gonna take it?
That's exactly what's happening.
Like, why is that it just,
Everything that we try to teach our children, our leaders are not doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everything that we try to teach our children don't be mean.
yeah.
It's easier to try to change another small country than it is to change our own.
I
Amen.
think there's some truth to that.
Here's a bigger fear.
Yeah,
There's nobody I'm hearing about that's running for president.
it's too
oh
early.
no,
It's too early.
But we
But
should
I
be
feel
hearing
like we
about
should be,
something.
Like, we should be hearing somebody being like, "This
We
is
should
not
hear
right,"
somebody in
some
the-
rumblings
Well, I
of
mean,
something.
I think the Democrats need to prop somebody up that is not old school Democrat.
I think it needs to be somebody that's not a Democrat or Republican.
An independent.
It needs to be an independent.
Well, that provides
Unfortunately,
its own
yeah,
troubles,
we don't
right?
even we don't have anybody who's an independent.
Nobody.
Like, there's nobody out there that's even talking and saying that we are so politicized and so.
I'm gonna write Shelby
bipartisan.
Stokes in for president.
Okay, let's
or
do
Mark
it.
Schenfeld.
It is devastating to like see where we're at and know that like there's. I'm gonna say it out loud. I'm afraid it's gonna be JD Vance, and I think that it will not get better.
Oh, that'll get worse.
It'll be what?
It'll be.
He's a
JD
more
Vance.
polished version
Dude,
of
on-
Trump.
Honestly, if the Dems don't get their stuff together, it will be.
Mm-hmm.
It will be. And the Dems like have to get rid of Chuck. Nancy, thank you for your service.
But
Yeah.
you're
But there
old.
has to be a
You're old.
turnover
Yeah.
to a new wave of Dems.
The rule should be you
Otherwise,
can't be
Republicans
105.
are gonna sweep it again.
If you're
Yeah.
telling me I can't work past 65,
Why are you in there?
Wait
Why
a
are
minute.
you?
Hey, what? We still got a brain.
No, you don't. You
Yes,
were
we
sitting here
do.
putting your damn
Yeah.
teeth in 5 minutes ago with slobber and shit everywhere.
Well, the camera wasn't on yet. Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, the camera wasn't on.
I'm just like, you do have this like old wave of people that have a hard time electing young people, and I think that a lot of people look at people our age and they're like, oh, you don't know,
Yeah.
not lived enough life. But hasn't it always been like that?
It has always been like that.
Well, tradition has been that the older people kind of advise the younger people, and they take it on themselves to be mentors, that sort of thing. Unless a younger person says, well, I've got this army out here, and I'm going to be a dictator.
Yeah, you know, I
Like
think the difference.
Alexander the Great, and
I think the difference, and I can speak to this better than anybody right now. I think the difference between that thought process of the older people educating the younger people isn't what it used to be, because of that used to be the case. And like Mark and I would say are the anomaly, only in that we look to the younger. Your guys' ideas and your guys' way of approaching this world is so refreshing that we try to grab that and learn from that.
Yeah.
Our generation, there's something happening in our country right now that our generation is so stuck on. So many of the people I know are so stuck on their thought process that they are not able to say, that's interesting. You know what? We're going to have to embrace that because it's coming. That generation has given up. That generation never used to give up. They have.
Yeah.
Our generation is now supporting that generation, and we're trying to take in what you're saying and apply it to us. And then we have the next generation below you that we're seeing the effects of how you're doing things and are appreciative of it, right?
That being said, Ivan, I feel like you listen a lot better than anybody else your age I've met. I think that you
need to live with him.
Well, in our Ivan files, you listen, like, you do appreciate Shelby and I's perspectives. You appreciate Kelly's perspective. So I appreciate, there are, I've met a lot of elderly people who are like, you're young, I don't want to hear you. Excuse me?
Excuse me.
Excuse me?
I have a right
That's so
of
rude,
voice.
though, right?
It's so rude. If I can listen to you, you can listen to me.
Yeah.
He knows it needs to go to the legislature.
Well, I guess I'm going to law school. That was the first conversation you and I
That's the
had when you
first
came on
conversation.
board. So I'm going to jump to your next question because it feels appropriate right now. Is gender dominance significant?
Ooh, unpack
Yes.
that one for me.
Huh?
What do you mean by that? Before we answer that, just to make sure we're on the
Well,
same page.
a lot of the smaller countries, Iceland, for instance, have more females in their hall of parliament than they do males, and we have forever males in our Congress, and the possibility of getting more females in there, or even enough females in there, is pretty low right now. So I think there's a gender gap there for legislation and for the feelings around legislation. You know, law is just not something written in a book. It has a lot of emotion tied with it usually when they pass a bill. And I think the gender appropriateness of females is, is there, and we need more of it in our Congress. And we need less older guys, 100 or so, in the Congress. I don't see any problem with my being in the Congress. Somebody wake me up.
Oh
from
my
time to
God,
time.
yeah. Somebody
know,
make sure his teeth are clean,
yeah.
wake him up, and his pee
Remember?
bag is emptied.
We can
Ronald
we can
Reagan?
have somebody help him with that though, right?
Ronald Reagan was accused of falling asleep from time to time. Remember that? Remember that?
He was substantially younger than you.
Huh?
I'll speak to the women in Congress and things like that. I think that you use somebody like Margaret Thatcher as an example. She was known as the Iron Lady.
Yes.
And the reason that she was known as the Iron Lady is she did take into consideration what her parliament said.
Uh-huh.
But she was able to bring it all into her brain and make her decision. But the reason she was known as the Iron Lady is once she made her decision, that was her decision.
No.
I do believe that women have gotten, and I'd like to see your opinion on this, women have gotten the reputation of not being able to be strong enough. And I believe that the woman is an extraordinarily strong creature. When she
Extraordinarily what?
strong,
Strong.
when she wants to be,
Yeah.
or more importantly, when she needs to be. Because, which is not well received. Which is not well received. And until my generation has fallen off,
Women will not see. They won't. I'm sorry, but your generation is what's holding back women from
Yep.
being in legislature.
until my generation falls off, women do not stand a chance. Once my generation is gone, yes.
I think so.
And I can speak to that only because my husband doesn't feel this way at all. But I could whip off 10 people immediately in my general circle that will not allow women to rise up like they need to.
No.
And it's going to take them. It's you, your generation. When we're dead, will be able to change
No
that.
pressure. Could you fix that while you're out?
But we have to be dead. We have to all die.
Well, you just have to stop voting. You
We
to
just
lose,
have-
you
which
have to
is
lose
dead.
your minds a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
how's that
But
coffee
it's
taste?
but also it's not. I mean, yes. So like you have to look at it. Obviously, that is a generalization. So,
It
like,
is, but
you and
we're speaking
Mark
generally.
and you're looking at like blue. If we're looking at the country as a whole, you're looking at blue and red.
Mm-hmm.
It is those red people that are like you and me. No, but Shelby,
What's
who is
up?
the strongest person in your life?
So my wife.
Who is the strongest person in your life that you know?
Well,
I'm not talking physically.
See, and he can't just tell you that.
it's, I usually knuckle under to my wife. Yeah.
And why, between the two of you, why is your wife the strongest person that you know?
Well, part of it's something that won't be appropriate for this panel.
Okay, moving off past that.
I'll tell you about the women in Athens.
No, answer the question that's in front of you.
That's what I'm doing. The
No, you're not.
you know the democracy in Athens was very short-lived. It was only 90 years, and that's held up as a model. However, the women had no vote. They haven't voted anywhere for a long time, many thousand years. And when the men did not do what the women wanted, guess what?
They killed him.
No,
Well,
They-
I would kill him.
they withheld sex.
I mean, that is,
They withheld sex.
Same thing.
And that's-
yeah, it's kind of like killing them.
yeah,
Death by 1,000 cuts.
But so
Yeah.
to that answer from both of you, if from 60 years apart, you guys are approximately 50 to 60 years apart. Why, if the answer is women, my wife, women are the strongest people I know, why is that not replicated in our government? Because our government, especially the U.S. government, we value power. We value authority. We value people getting the job done. That's what that is what I look at when I look at our government. We're like, that's why Donald Trump calls him Sleepy Joe Biden, because he doesn't think he did
Sleepy Joe.
anything. He thinks that, and I mean, true or not, I don't care. I'm not getting into that. But why if if that is the answer that I'm hearing from the two very different generation people sitting right next to me, why is that still not? I need to have a TikTok. I need to have a TikTok where I just go off.
I need a TikTok.
I need a TikTok.
Ego off.
I'm gonna go home today and I'm just gonna start ranting at a camera and see what happens.
There you go. Blow up. Blow up, girl.
Maybe that's how I'll get into government.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting scenario. Like, I'd like to say it's generational, but you look around the world and there's a lot of elected officials that are female. So
Yes.
I don't know why America has had this.
Because of my
Rolled back?
generation.
I mean,
It's
Also-
true,
yeah.
Shelby.
but your generation, that just doesn't happen. Like, that comes from something, right?
That was
Comes from that generation.
that was built from our original Constitution, and the way that was put together, and the Bill of Rights, that sort of thing. And the Bill of Rights has flowed, into more articles and stuff. Well, no, the Constitution has. Anyway, I was going to say something really important,
Yeah. Well, you were talking about how the gender roles have manifested in the country.
Yeah. Women had no part in building the Constitution.
Nope. Well, kind of.
I think
We're
they
just
had
yeah. I think
all
that,
the parts.
I think that they were just,
had the part at home
but
to the guys that were building the Constitution.
and the things that they were saying to their husbands were put into the Constitution
Yes.
under a different name. It's like pseudonyms. Like we're in the Constitution. We're just under Ben Franklin. We're just under John Adams. We're not under our names, and that's okay, I guess, for that time. But right now, I want to see my name in a pen on a piece of paper.
So what we
Yeah.
need is Hamilton 2,
With
Miss
women.
Hamilton.
Miss Hamilton.
Miss Hamilton, the sequel.
Look at Eliza Hamilton. Look what she did after her husband died.
I gotta admit, I didn't even know her name. There you go. See?
Why are we so
Elizabeth.
afraid to have a female president?
It's a good name. Strong name.
It's a strong name.
Not.
well, every time we put up a female president, we don't really set the
Because
table
we don't
for
want
them.
one.
No, I don't think we set the table for either one of the presidential female candidates.
We don't want one.
No, because Lady Clinton, Miss Clinton, did not get elected because she was seen as the establishment, right? The newness had to come in, and that's politics, man. Every 4 to 8 years, they're messing it up. Here's the new wave to come and change it. Look at the history. It forever snakes back and forth. She was on the wrong side of that election. She lost. Then you put up Harris. Kamala Harris was hot swapped in at the last minute. That's not setting her up for success.
It's because we
At
didn't
all.
want her.
Was unfair.
I didn't say I didn't want her.
The Democrats did not want to win that election, is what I would say. There's no like shadowy hand that said she wasn't going to be elected. We hot swapped her, and one of the trending search results the week after the election is why is Joe Biden not on the ticket, and that is a breakdown of our society not surfacing the issues that were at hand in
I
this
need to
country.
go for a walk.
Yeah, I think that there should and could be a female president in the very near future. We need to set that person up for success.
The smartest person, I think, and the reason I think she's the smartest person is because she isn't going to run because she says this to the bullshit.
Is it AOC?
I like Michelle Obama.
Oh God.
Oh, Michelle
I
Obama would
love
kill
Michelle.
it.
She would absolutely just, but she won't because she went
Because
through.
she's smart.
Yeah.
She's already
She's-
seen it too. Like
She's already
She
done
doesn't
it.
want
She
to
doesn't
put
want
her.
it.
She doesn't want to play with these old fucking or excuse me.
Old farts.
But
old
I
farts.
mean, going back to like the
Amen,
previous conversation, who's the strongest person you know? Like when Obama was in the Obama years, Michelle was in his corner the entire time.
The entire time.
She's lived it, so she knows what that entails.
She knows what it looks like, and honestly, she probably did have a huge.
Oh.
Like, even though we don't know, like we don't.
Please, yes.
I know she was.
Yes.
She was helping do
Oh, for
everything
sure.
that he did during his 8 years.
Yeah, he came home at night and she'd go, "Beth, what in the heck?
Like you need to tell him no. You need to tell him no and tell him
What
this
are you
instead.
doing out
Actually,
there?"
that
What are you
might be
thinking
the
of,
answer.
man?
Like if she ran, she'd have a really good shot. I
She
think.
would. Oh
She'd
my
have a really
gosh.
good
Michelle
shot.
Obama could be the president of our
She
country.
would have a good shot.
She is a
She
and she
would.
is a powerhouse of a woman.
And she could be the next Iron Lady.
The next Iron Lady.
Oh,
She could be if the Congress will support her.
It wouldn't even be no. It would. The American people love
Yes,
her so much.
Queen!
The American people stand behind Michelle. Like
I think
she is just widely loved.
we want to see a
Congress.
Michelle Obama Oprah ticket.
Congress makes.
I don't know if
money.
Oprah is strong enough.
What?
Ooh.
No, I'm being serious.
Right?
I think Oprah is. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't know that she's strong enough. I think that Michelle's running mate would, in order to get her
Yeah.
into the game,
That's a logical choice.
we
Has
would
to
have.
be
I
a
mean, if
white
we're gonna
male,
talk
yeah.
logics and we're
Yeah.
gonna talk at her true
You're
shot,
right.
her true shot might be the vice president could be that dude out of
Pete Buttigieg. I'm obsessed with him too. I think he's great.
You're not going to say New York.
no
Okay.
I had a cold ears.
Jersey. No,
Talking about Madani?
no, I don't think so.
Mamdani.
No, I think
not him.
Mondani's.
I think
His
that
optics
Anyway.
are too socialist
He
right
he
now.
needs to. He needs to. hold
Buttigieg
up
would
for-
be great.
I think Buttigieg is awesome.
Buttigieg would be great.
He's got
I
pretty
think
good
that
head on his
our
shoulders.
country is
Yeah.
a little bit too, right now,
Yee-yee.
a little bit too yee right now for Pete Buttigieg. But that ticket, oh my God, if we were in the right headspace,
I would stand with a sign on the
I
corner.
would stand with, and I don't do that.
Yeah.
And
Neither
I
do
would,
I.
Yeah,
and I
it's-
would.
I would buy shirts. I'd walk right in front of one person I particularly know at every auction and go,
I would.
Fired.
I would send a care package to my dad with all of that stuff in it.
oh, I would buy
Yeah.
all of it. I would. That'd probably be the only ticket I would ever say, babe, we have to send money to this.
Oh yes. Yeah, I think that would.
So
be-
there you have it. Michelle Obama and Pete Buttigieg.
Let's go. We'll support you.
It's going to be the next ticket for our country.
I'll send money.
I would send money
I
for
would
that.
send money for that.
Michelle Obama, Pete Buttigieg, everybody.
Specifically
Alright.
as President
So
Michelle
on that
Obama.
note, Dad, say fare thee well,
Yeah, well, and make up your own minds about that, folks.
or just listen to us
Yeah.
because obviously
Yeah.
what you're doing isn't working.
Or send in better
And-
options. If
Send
you
in a
have
better option.
We'll have another podcast next week, probably, maybe.
Maybe 2 weeks,
2
cause if
weeks,
Shelby's
yeah.
not, I think Shelby might be
Shelby's
gone
out
next.
next week.
Yeah.
Write in your opinions about that to the, what is it, the Ivan 1933 at gmail.com.
Yep,
Bye-bye.
Obama.
Bye-bye.
Obama.
Yeah,
Obama.
sayonara.